Edward Jonson. Sit back and relax while we give you advice and tips on business matters and matters of the heart for busy executives. And now, Katrina and Edward. Hello, hello, hello. This is Katrina Brittingham and my handsome co-host, the incomparable, the Dr. Real Deal Love.
Hello, hello, hello.
So
Uh,
today is the business of love. It's our love topic. Woo, woo, woo. Just in
oh
time for Valentine's Day.
yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
So we will
Get ex-
be driving today, and I will just make my little itty bitty comments.
they're not itty bitty. They're substantial most of the time.
They're not little morsels.
No, not at all. Not at all. Much needed.
All right. So I am handing over the reins to you, Dr. Love. What do you have for us today,
Oh,
tonight?
okay. Tonight we have. I'm excited tonight because, as you said, this is February, and February holds a lot of interesting days. First and foremost, I always like to welcome our guests and thank you for tuning in. Whether or not you're tuning in live or you'll see us on the rebroadcast or the recast, we're still glad you tuned in. And February is the month, and I wanted to make sure I got this straight. Listen at the verbiage because for so long we talk about February being a history month for certain people. Okay, so I want to be real careful with that because I want to reframe it and recontext February as the first month for African American history for the year. Not a month, not a day, but February begins the year of African American history. We don't take a month, it's the entire year. Okay. And we don't say black history because we don't say white history. So it's not black history and white history, it's American history. Okay. African American history is our
Yes.
contribution. It's our contribution to the land, to the society, to the world. Okay. It's not black, white, or green. It's African American history. And it's not a month. February begins the year. Okay. So in March, I still want you to be telling your young people, I still want to be exercising the contributions that our people have made in the world. Do you receive that? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Next is Valentine's Day is coming. We call that the
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl of love. I know the Super Bowl is Sunday, but Valentine's Day is the Super Bowl of love. Okay. That's the day. That's the day where men and women come together and celebrate, reminisce, rekindle, talk about all the wonderful times, how much I appreciate you, because no matter how long you've been together, and I've been married to my wife for 43 years. After 43 years, it's still good for her to hear me say, I appreciate you.
Yes. It's always good to
After,
be appreciated.
it's always good to be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? For her to say to me, I appreciate you for all you do. I appreciate you. See, no matter how long you've been together, no matter how much time you spent together, it's always good to be appreciated. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
That's a human. It's a human need. Okay, it's a need. On our jobs, they did a survey one time, and they talked to some of the executives of a country of a company, and they said, "What would you like? Would you like to have an increase in salary, or would you like to hear we appreciate you for the job that was well done?" You know what they opt for? Not the money.
The appreciation. I want both.
If you appreciate me, pay me. Pay me more. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. And that's what I said. I mean, I'm cut from a different cloth. If you appreciate me or not, I appreciate myself for doing a great job. Send me the money.
Yes.
But
I
that's a
still
good
got bills
thing.
to pay.
I
Thank
still
you.
got
You
bills to
appreciate
pay.
me.
You know what I'm saying? You appreciate me, but what did Scuba Goodies Jr. says? Show me the
Show me the
money.
money. That's right.
Okay. That's important. So, with Valentine's Day being here on us, I wanted to just tell you, and we'll get up the flyer. We're working on the flyer as we speak. But Dr. Love is doing a love tour on Valentine's Day. I'm going to be at three locations. I'm going to start with a cup of love in the morning. I'm going to be at a coffee shop, Thunder Mug, at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be at a salon in the afternoon. It's called Love in the Afternoon, and then in the evening, I'm looking for. I have a restaurant that I'm waiting to hear from them because I would like to be in the restaurant in the evening, and we're calling that a night to remember. Okay.
All right.
So we're going to be on tour. We're going to have three different stops. In each stop, we're going to be talking about love, and the topic that we're going to be discussing is what attracts him,
Mm-hmm.
how to
Mm-hmm.
keep him, how to keep him,
Mm-hmm.
and how to bring out what you saw in him.
That's
Okay,
right.
because you saw some things in him. Okay, you saw some things in him, and
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know what to do, they just remain in him.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
So how to bring that out of them. So we're going to have a great time. I'm looking for Valentine's Day to be just a great day. It's a special day. I always like to cater to those who are in love and women that are haven't found that significant other. That is the day that I want to start preparing you for the second half. And and by that I mean there's so many women. I have a young lady that I was working with, just wonderful. I mean, we have so many wonderful women out there. Not saying we don't have a lot of wonderful men, but we've got so many wonderful women out there. And as I always say, there's two questions that every woman has to ask herself. The first question is, what will you spend your life doing? And so many women have
Mm-hmm.
answered the call. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The second question is, who will you spend your life with? That's the second part. And
Mm-hmm.
so many of our women have hit a home run when it comes down to answering the first question. We have CEOs, we have women that are in business, we have women that are entrepreneurs, we have women that are corporate 500 executives. We have women that have, I mean, they have hit a home run when it comes down to the first question: what will you spend your life doing?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to the second question, that significant man in your life that shows up in your life and says to you, I was talking with one young lady last week, to have that man show up in your life and say, "Listen, I got you. I
Mm-hmm.
got you." You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wonder if he go. I wonder what. I wonder. I wonder. No, 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 no. Listen, I got you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can fall asleep with such peace knowing, he said, "Baby, I got you." Okay?
Yeah.
You ain't got
Yes.
to worry. Girl, you ain't got to worry about nothing. I got you. So for her to get that second half in place is what Dr. Love is really all about. And that's what that's my labor of love, because uh, my topic tonight is as we save our girls. And I was working with that today because the Bible says in the 23rd Psalm, it said, uh, what is it? It said, forgive us as we forgive
Yes.
our debtors. Forgive us as we forgive. So it happens simultaneously. Forgive us as we forgive. And I was thinking about that. I said, if we save our girls, or when we save our girls, but the real statement is as we save our girls,
Mm-hmm.
we save everyone. As we save our girls,
Mm-hmm.
we save everyone. As my godmother and mother used to say, child, we save Lottie, Dottie, and everybody.
Dottie, Dottie, and everybody. Wow.
Lottie, Dottie, I never even met Lottie. I don't know Dottie. You know what I'm saying?
I have a cousin named Dottie, so yeah,
Yeah. You have
yeah,
a
I
cousin
know
named
her.
Dottie? Okay. You know Dottie. We just ain't met Lottie, right?
Right?
But my mother and godmother said, child, we're gonna save Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. So if we say, as we save our girls, we save Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. Everyone is rescued. And that came to me because, as a young man, I always knew, uh, even as a young boy in school, I had girls that were my girlfriends in school, and they didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You see a cute girl, you say, "Oh, that's my girlfriend." I didn't say nothing to her. She didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? She was
She
just
was a
my
girlfriend
girlfriend, I
in your
guess.
mind.
In my mind, you know what I'm saying? My own little girlfriend in my own little mind. She didn't know it, you know what I'm saying? But she was my girlfriend. And then as we got older, I remember this was in elementary school. It would be a group of people together, it'd be some guys and some girls, and then we'd be like, "What's happening? What's going on?" Somebody in the crowd would say, "They going behind the schools and they gonna kiss." Oh shoot! We said, "Oh shoot!" Oh, you know what I'm saying? And that would bring a whole crowd of us. Must have been about 30 of us, girls and boys. You know what I'm saying? I went to Lighty school. We had old Lighty and we had new Lighty, and we would go behind old Lighty, and we say they gonna go behind old Lighty, and they gonna kiss. Oh my God, we want to see the kiss. Oh, we be walking in the crowd. We
Wow.
just a boy and a girl kissing. Can you imagine that? Did you experience that? I mean, just they going behind the school to kiss.
Um,
That Go
we
ahead.
heard stuff like that, but it was never a crowd to watch.
It was never child, child. It was and for us, fifth grade. It was a crowd of us. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget it. I mean, we go behind the school, and before be boys and girls and whatnot, they get behind there, one boy and one girl, and these were the daredevils. They would go, mwah. Oh shoot, oh they kiss, oh they kiss. You know what I'm saying? And it would be a big to do. I look back on that, I was like, wow, can you imagine that? So let's fast forward today. I was in Center City today. I was stopping and doing some errands, and it was around 3 o'clock, and the kids were out of school. So
Hmm.
I see this. I see this boy and a girl, and they're in a little doorway. They're in a little doorway, and I was handling my business, so I was about to cross the street. I said, "No, let me go past here and see what's going on." You know what I'm saying? You know. So they're in a doorway, a little restaurant kind of thing, and he pulling on her, and she trying to get away, and not really trying to get away. But she pulling away a little bit. He said, "No, don't go," and she said, "Let me go." And, no, and they was going back and forth, and then about 10 steps away, her girlfriends was by the curb, and they once in a while they peep in there and see. They lean in there and see what's going on between the two. And I said, wow, can you imagine that? These girls are every bit of 13, 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's around the age that happens.
I said, around that age, you know what I'm saying? And I said, listen, I said, can you look at that? Now, she's interacting with him, but she doesn't have a clear understanding and a clear program, or as Dr. Love says, she doesn't have the plan on how to really interact and deal with him. So the first thing, the first thing a guy does when interacting with a woman or a girl, that's where it starts as a girl, is the question is, how do I get into her body space? How do I break the barrier? Because there's a barrier between a man and a woman, a boy and a girl. Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
all my girlfriends. See, I didn't break the barrier. I stayed in a safe space. I said, she my girlfriend. I ain't going over there and touching her. I ain't even going to ask her if she want to be my girlfriend. She my girlfriend, whether she want to be or not. She, she don't have no say so.
Wow.
so so that was a safe barrier. Okay, it was safe. Okay, but in high school, my first book that I read was a book called Body Language, and it was a woman on the cover. And as she sat there, the question on the book said, "What is she saying?" Okay, because a woman is communicating while she's sitting there and absolutely saying nothing audibly or verbally.
Mm-hmm.
She's communicating. Okay, know that, ladies. You're when a woman enters the room, she's communicating. She's either saying, "Look at me because I'm gorgeous." Don't look at me because I'm insecure. Or, child, I have arrived. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I have arrived. Okay, so a woman is always communicating. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
her communication with this young man is inaccurate and it's ineffective, which takes me to the title that I created for myself, or the title that was given to me, because
Mm-hmm.
a lady called me a couple of weeks ago. They want me to do, well, they were interviewing me to do a conference or something, and she called me. She said, I wanted to speak with Dr. Love. I said, speaking. She said, well, we wanted to talk with you. We wanted to, we have a conference going up and we want to know more about you and we want to hear more about you. So I began to tell her why Dr. Love. Because when people hear Dr. Love, as my computer instructor said, uh, he said, I'm going to help Dr. Love. I'm working with Dr. Love on computer stuff. She said, Dr. Love, Dr. Love. You know, she was hating on Dr. Love. And as I began the conversation with the lady that called me, she said I was a little taken back by, Dr. Love, because, Dr. Love has a certain connotation, like, whatever prejudices you bring to the name. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We all bring our biases, we all bring our prejudices, okay, to the table. And
Mm-hmm.
when you hear Dr. Love, whatever that resonates in you is the connotation that you're going to receive. But the
Mm-hmm.
reason I'm Dr. Love is because, doctor, one thing has to happen. There are so many women that have been hurt and devastated by a man that once said to her he loves her. I'm talking about
Yes.
I'm talking about hurt. Okay.
Yes.
There's some men that feel comfortable calling women bees, and when it comes down to our music, and that's another area that I like to work, where I mean, rappers just think it's just normal to call a woman a bee.
Yeah, that's never been normal to me. My mother
You
was a
know what I'm
human
saying?
female.
a human being. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The woman, the name B is a female dog in heat. Women are not, okay, the B word. All right. So doctor means there's a healing that has to take place between the relationship between a man and a woman. There's a healing that is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the reason I signed on doctor. And then when it
Mm-hmm.
comes down to love, all healing takes place under the auspices of love.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot heal outside of love
Right.
because love corrects everything that's incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can't love yourself and do yourself harm.
Right.
You can't love me and do me harm. Okay? Because the Bible says that a man loves a wife as he loves himself. And it says no man ever hates himself. So if he's
Ever.
not hating on himself, he can't hate on her.
He shouldn't
All
be.
right. If he love her, he can't be. All right. So there's a healing that needs to take place. And as I talked with
Mm-hmm.
this woman, she said, I'm glad you brought that out. She said, because she was able to admit to me, I had my biases and I had my things, but the more I talk to you, I think it's something there. I said, listen, you don't have to think of something there. I know it's something there. I've been sent from above to do what I'm doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just add this one little factor in, and this what I'm about to share with you is rated X. I wanted to just get you ready for this here. Uh, I was looking at, we were talking about the things that women have gone through and experienced. I was looking at the documentary, my wife and I, we were looking at the documentary of Jeff Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, the ladies in there brought a lawsuit against him. The lady Gresham or Greeland, the lady who was with him, she's being brought to trial now. But one of the ladies said in the interview, and I'll never forget this, and this is what I want ladies to hear. She said to me, she said in that interview, she said, Jeffrey Epstein did things to me that no man should ever do to a woman. And she didn't go into no
Mm.
details. But can you imagine that? She said, no man should ever do to a woman. So
Mm-hmm.
when you start talking about Dr. Love, there's a healing that is so needed in the
Mm-hmm.
relationship between man and his woman. There's a healing that's needed. So that's the reason my title is Dr. Love. My daughter threw in there. She said, no, you got to tell them who you really are. You're Dr. The Real Deal Love, because I give women the real
Mm-hmm.
deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then my title is I'm a woman. This is my elevator pitch. I'm a woman's relationship empowerment coach. I rescue men by empowering women. Okay. A lady said to me, well, what's the rescue part? Here's the rescue. I just shared with you. The lady said, Jeff Epstein did things that no man should ever do to a woman. If we don't empower the woman for the rescue, why does the man need to be rescued? He needs to be rescued. Men need to be rescued from misunderstanding, misappropriating, misinterpreting his role in her life.
Right.
It's a rescue there. Because I
Mm-hmm.
assure you, if he's not rescued, he's going to misrepresent his role in your life. Okay. You're
And
going
the
to have
big
some.
thing with that is that you can't rescue somebody who doesn't want to be saved. So these are for the men who want to be saved.
Okay, boy, which takes and should I go into that now, or yeah, I got to go into it now because here, you know, you said for the men that want to be saved. Here's the thing. We talked about it. We did a show on it a while ago when the lady said, I said, I really want to get women in class. That's my goal. Like we've got to get you in the class. Ladies, a couple ladies said to me, yeah. She said, a child. She said, child, we ready. We ready. I'm ready. I've been reading my Bible and I'm ready. Well, we determined ready and not prepared. Okay,
Right.
ready and not prepared. So the reason what you said takes us into the next level is because one of the things I do is not my major focus. My major focus is single women before they get into the relationship, before they get into the marriage. But I am
Mm-hmm.
a marriage counselor. I counsel married couples. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing 90 to 95% of the calls that I get are from women wanting to go into counseling with their husband or with their man. The other 5 to
Mm-hmm.
10% is men. It's very seldom that I get a man that call me. Men do call, but 90% women. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And before you
Now,
continue, just have to give the 30-second warning. After you say your piece, we're going to go to break because we have gone through
okay,
the hour.
we're about
So
to
we
we're
just want
about
to
to end the show, right? Okay.
have
So it's 90% women, 10% men, because what the woman is saying when she calls is I can't do nothing with him. And we'll be
that.
back after the break.
From one-on-one executive coaching to our business building concierge service, Ventureready helps entrepreneurs, startup executives, and business owners build, scale, and run their businesses using techniques that support stability and long-term growth. Through the Career GPS radio show and High Tea with Me TV program, we promote smart business strategies for the real world. Then, in our one-on-one coaching programs, we help entrepreneurs go beyond the vision board to realize their big vision into a tangible business with a promising future. If you're waiting to feel legit, here's the thing: you have to legitimize yourself. It's time to stop treating your business like a hobby. Get real, it's your career. So let me ask you, are you venture ready?
All right. So we are back from the break. If you need help with business coaching, contact that number. If you need help with your marriage, or if you're a young lady who wants to get married and you want to start off on the right foot and know what to look for and to be prepared for and what to present, contact Dr. Love. We
Yeah.
have that for you. So we are going to continue. We have about 10 more minutes left. I cannot believe it. That's why I had to look. I was like, oh my goodness, we're at the top of the hour already. Before we close out for the day, but this is to give you a snack and a little tidbit. So to get more of that and more of that coaching, reach out to Dr. Love so he can help you get you right, maybe even in time for Valentine. Who knows?
Ooh, child, listen. It's not as long. It doesn't take as long as you think it does. Okay, okay. Because and what I just was sharing is we talked about the 90% versus the 10%. Now here's what's happening. A lady said to me, okay, at the last event I attended, I went and I was at an event, And the lady said to me, she said, Dr. Love, I appreciate what you're doing. She said, what are you telling the men? What are you telling the men? I said, boy, that is such a great question, because I could spend a whole hour on that. But let me just give you the short of it. What are you telling men? What are you teaching men? Those are the two questions that I had. Two different ladies asked me that the question, and those two words changed. She said, what are you telling the men? What are you teaching the men? Now listen to what I'm about to share with you. What is Dr. Love teaching the men? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Ask me why.
Why, Dr. Love? Why?
Because you can't teach a man. You could be driving down. You could be driving down the highway, and I mean, you could tell a man, "I think we should turn here, honey." He won't even turn there. He'll get both of y'all lost. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't teach him. You have to reach him. See, you can't teach a man. You have to reach a man. And if you reach him, he's indicating to you, I'm interested. See, you can't teach him if he's not interested. So you've got to reach him. And if you reach him and he says he's interested, he shows you that he's interested, now you can begin to impart to him. Okay? Because here's what I want to share with you. The success of my counseling with couples, 90% of it's coming from the women. The success of it is he interested in making this work? That's it. Is he interested in making this work? Okay, because some of them sit there, it takes me a while just to get back through him, just to get through it. I talk to the men and whatnot. He said, listen, I ain't going in there telling nobody all my business. No, you go in there and tell him your business. You know what I mean? Why am I going to tell him all my business? See, men are not hardwired that way. See, women are conversationalists. Women are talk. Women, you know what I mean? Women will get up and go to the bathroom together. Come on, Sherry, let's go to the bathroom together. Men don't even go to the bathroom together. I mean, we can show up in the bathroom at the same time, but you don't hear two men get up from the table. Let's go to the bathroom together. Check out makeup. Men don't do that. He's a different breed. Okay. So you can't. What is Dr. Love teaching? I'm not teaching them nothing. You can't teach him nothing. You have to first what? Reach him. See, that's the mistake. That's the mistake you're going to make. You're going to say, I'm going to teach him. I'm going to teach. You can't teach him, because listen to this here. When God made man, you want to understand this. The Egyptian pyramids are a mystery to this day on how they hoisted those humongous stones to form a perfect pyramid. It's a mystery. It's baffling how they got those up there. Some people speculate and said it was some type of hovering aircraft to lift such a massive stone into those high places. They have no idea. Here's what God did. Here's what God did when he made man. Man is self-governing, self-taught, self-motivating, self-monitoring. All that's in him. Don't try to teach him. Reach him. And if you reach him, and he's interested, that's what's happening at the counseling sessions. Is he interested in this relationship working? Is he interested in the marriage working? Oftentimes, he has gone so far until it's so much work to get the relationship back to where it needs to be. So that's the reason counseling is the second half of what I do. The first half is saying, listen, girls, let's answer those first two questions. Let's get you out the gate right. Because if we can get you out of the gate right, as we save our girls, we save everybody. If we can get her out of the gate right, because most of the time, our women are not getting out of the gate successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why? Oh, honey, he's so cute. He smiled at me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, honey, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Women get so taken, and I was talking with ladies about that in one of the classes. When a man pays a woman when a woman gets his undivided attention, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when he comes up to her and looks her in the eyes and says, "Girl, you're beautiful," gives her a compliment, gives her a statement. I mean, she's just kind of like swept off her feet. And I always tell my girls, you know what I'm saying? I always tell the angels of love. I got to make sure I say that. Angels of love. A man comes up and tells you, "Girl, you're fine. Girl, you're beautiful. Girl, you're this here." Listen, first thing you want to say to him, listen, tell me something I don't know.
I know
All
that's
right?
real.
Tell me something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Girlfriend got it going on. I know that. What I don't know is what type of man are you?
Right. What you about?
What are you about? Okay? Where have you been? Where are you going? You know what I'm saying? Because where you've been is not really the turning point of the story. The turning point of the story is after you've been through all you've been through, you've seen all you've seen, you've gone through all you have gone through. What type of fiber is this man standing in front of me made out of? That's
Right.
what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
What
Okay.
have you learned from your experiences?
Oh, have you learned anything? Do you understand these? Do you understand these words? Integrity, commitment, demonstration. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me you love me.
Show it to me.
Demonstrate. All right. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Demonstrate it. Show me, baby. I'm from Missouri. Show me. You understand what I'm saying? Integrity. I just asked a young lady that the other day. Integrity. What is integrity? She hit it. She hit it right on the head. I would teach my children this. What is integrity? What you do when no one's looking.
When nobody's watching.
When nobody's watching. What are you made out of, young man?
Do you do the right thing when nobody's watching?
When nobody's watching. You know what I'm saying? Girl,
Yes.
it's only me and you here. That's the reason they had come up with that saying, what stays in Vegas, what's done in Vegas stays in Vegas. All that kind of stuff. What happens in New Orleans. See, all that old kind of craziness. Listen, when I go to New Orleans, what I do in New Orleans is the same thing I'm going to do in Philadelphia, same thing I'm going to do in front of my wife, behind my wife. It ain't no difference because I'm a man of integrity.
And that's the key thing with that is because you said some good things. You said, number one, and I paraphrased it in my own lingo. What are you about?
Yes.
Because we all have a past. We all have things we went through. We all have mistakes that we made. What have you learned from that? How did that frame the man that you are? And where are you going now that you have learned those lessons? These are the conversations that I do have when dating someone. Okay, all right, you had a past. All right, you might not be so proud of things you did, but okay, that was the past. Now we're moving on. Okay, I can look past it. Look, I got a past I can tell you about. It might not be as deep as yours, but I learned some things from my past. I'm a different person, or I've evolved, to a better person than I was by learning that. I made certain choices when I came to certain crosswords to continue going down this certain path or going in a different path? Have you done that? Are you still doing those certain things that'll land you in the trouble that you were in?
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle your life? How do you handle pressure? These are the things that these serious conversations that you have to have. To say, oh, you're beautiful. Okay, I have 10 men every day that say that. What
Mm-hmm.
makes you different?
Mm.
And those are
Yeah.
and honestly, I have to credit the fact that I had good men in my life, my
Mm-hmm.
uncles, my surrogate father, as I call him, even my brother. Like he might not have said it the best way that I wanted to hear it
Mm-hmm.
at the time. God knows he didn't,
Mm-hmm.
because he's my
Mm-hmm.
brother. But
Mm-hmm.
these certain things that you have said, they have said to me, and they all had relationships. They were all married. My brother is still married. Actually, yeah, my uncles are married.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was married until unfortunately, she passed. But they had successful relationships. Like this is what you need to ask a man. So this is why these classes are imperative, because some women are not getting this, whether they come from a two-parent household or not. Because sometimes you think when a woman comes from a two-parent household that they had certain conversations, that certain things were told. Some of them do, and some of them do not. And
Absolutely.
so it helps you. And I'm not saying that you won't still find a dud, because sometimes you have that guy that know everything that you're going to ask, and they practice and they know exactly what to say.
Mm-hmm.
But to have those conversations will 99.9% of the time help you filter out, who that quality person is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about how much money they have in their pocket. Hey, if they have money, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about whether they're 6'5" and got the broad shoulders and the muscles and the triceps and the biceps. Again,
Mm-hmm.
that's all nice if it
That's
comes
nice.
with everything else.
Yeah,
But
part of the package.
having that integrity, having someone who protects, who provides, having that, we talked about it, the security. Women like to feel secure. Do you
Mm-hmm.
have me? Do you got me at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day? So these were some key things. I just had to come in with that because I wanted you to come in and give the meat. I had my little comments because we are literally at the top of the hour. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to wrap it up. And I know we could kind of keep going and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But these were all wonderful things. Do you have one last thing that you want to share before we close out?
I would say, I have what I would call the ABCs of love. And the ABCs of love, the A stands for who or what was absent from your life.
Mm-hmm.
The B stands for have you become bitter or better as a result of your
Mm-hmm.
life? And the C
Mm-hmm.
stands for are you committed to making sure your life works in every way, regardless to your past? So
Yes.
just know the ABCs of life. I don't care, like you said, I don't care what you've been through. Your past does not define you. It's a stepping
Mm-hmm.
stone on helping you to become who you authentically are destined to be. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I oftentimes say to all my angels, it's important for you to get the ring with a little bling before you get into anything. Dr. Love is here to make sure you get off on the right step, on the right foot, taking the right steps. Okay.
All right. That's awesome. We would like to thank you for joining us this week. We will have our next love topic the first Monday of March. Wow, March already.
March.
Um,
Yes.
but we will be back next week with the business topic. But I love the love topics because I do feel like that they are um needed, because if your love
Mm,
life, your personal life is not in tune, and I say this at the end of it, then everything else is going to be, havoc. Your work life, your business life will start to show the signs of not having a healthy love life.
That's right.
So we do appreciate you. I get comments all the time, Dr. Love, on how much people appreciates the love topics.
That's good to hear.
I appreciate you as my co-host for Business and Love. But I just wanted to make sure that I said that out there because you are definitely making a difference, and we do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you to the audience who supports us on the many platforms that we are on. And again, if you would like to have more, if you would like to have Dr. Love come to an event, let us know. We are there for you. All right.
Absolutely.
See you next week.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of High Tea with Me. To be a sponsor or a guest, contact us at info@ventureready.net. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.